This just in Charleston, South Carolina, chaos has ensued as Union soldiers take a heartbreaking defeat at Fort Wagner. The leader of the attempted siege of this fort, General Quincy Gilmore, tried to have his troops bombard the Confederate fort with force and power. However, it looks like that strategy did not work this time. We now bring you to Liam, Wright, who's live on the battlefield with more information about what happened. What is it like over there?
Thank you, Ollie. I'm here live at the battlefield where it all went down. The day is July 11th, 1863. Apparently, the Union soldiers tried to enter through the entrance to the fort. We, of course, can't get too close or we would be considered a threat. And they planned to go throughout the fort and either clear it out of Confederate soldiers or force them to surrender. It looks like the Confederate sharpshooters and marksmen were stationed there on the roof of the fort, which caused the rush to the front of the fort to be unsuccessful. According to the remaining Union soldiers that survived, they recounted that they thought the plan was pointless and unthought out when they were told about their battle strategy. Another downside to having an inexperienced general. This was a truly devastating loss for the Union. Back to you, Ollie.
Thank you, Liam. It was indeed a really devastating loss for our Union. The numbers just came back to us here in the newsroom, and it looks like 339 of our brave soldiers have died, while only 12 Confederate soldiers suffered casualties in this bombardment of a siege. It was, again, a devastating loss for our Union, and all we can say about it was that it was a horribly planned strategy by Gilmore, in which he was not prepared and tried to use brutal force instead of intelligent tactics. Gilmore, according to recent interviews, told interviewers that he, quote-unquote, planned to take the fort sometime, but today was not that time. So now all we can ask here at the newsroom and around the entire country of the United States is what will happen next? How long will this war drag for? Will we ever get back Fort Wagner? And will we ever get back our states? This is Ali Alusu, signing out for now as this war drags on. Breaking news here, the second Union attempt to reclaim Fort Wagner in Charleston, South Carolina has just come to an end. The fighting for the fort is now over as of right now. Following the failed conquest for the fort last week, the Union, led again by General Quincy Gilmore, tried once again to reclaim the fort from the Confederate forces. However, on this siege for the fort, the Union soldiers were joined by soldiers from a private militia, the 54th Massachusetts Regiment. The regiment is made up of freed slaves who fought against the Confederacy for what they had done to them and to their people when they were slaves. People still don't know what their intentions are as they fight with no pay and have to live in horrible war conditions just for, quote-unquote, their people and for, quote-unquote, what the Confederacy has done to them. We now take you to Liam, once again, our field reporter, who's live at the scene with more information about what happened. What is it like there, Liam?
Thank you, Ollie. Based on the scene here, it looks like we, the Union, have lost another battle against the Confederacy. The scene here is terrible, as we face another defeat and let the Confederacy triumph over us. Apparently, Gilmore ordered his soldiers to perform the same strategy, and that caused them to lose the battle for this fort 1 week prior. However, this time General Gilmore was accompanied by Colonel Shaw, who led the 54th Massachusetts Regiment, and Shaw, who graduated from Harvard, led a better strategy, but was also unsuccessful in conquering the fort. Shaw was able to lead his men on the other side of the fort where they scaled it. Once they were in the fort, eyewitnesses recounted the bloody hand-in-hand combat within the walls of the fort. To add all that...
Sorry, Liam. We're getting even more breaking news as this battle currently unfolds when it comes to the results of what happened at this battle. We now know that the leader of the 54th Massachusetts Regiment, who led their brave soldiers on this conquest for this fort, is now dead. Sources say that as he was telling his men to move onwards, dozens of musket balls showered him with blazing fury as he was shredded by the Confederate fire and died on the spot. Apologies for that. We now take you back to Liam.
Thank you, Ali. I actually have a soldier here who fought for the 54th Massachusetts Regiment and survived the attacks. He was one of the only few who lived to retreat from the fort. Tell me, sir, what was it like, and why do you and the other soldiers of the 54th Massachusetts Regiment keep on fighting and risking your lives for no pay?
The battles are hard and the nights are harder. It's hard to sleep knowing the day you wake up you could be dead. The living conditions are horrible and we are not even paid. However, these things don't stop us from fighting, because I and my whole generation have been at the hands of the whip for almost all of our lives. Now most of us are free, but at the same time, most of us are not. So we are trying to defeat the South and free our people. Not only that, but we are also fighting to seek out revenge on the South for what they have done to us, for how hard they have made us work and suffer. What are we doing is only right, and I am happy to fight for this noble cause and not getting a piece of bread in return. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Back to you, Ollie.
Thank you, Liam. As of right now, the whereabouts of General Gilmore and the rest of his men are currently unknown, and so far, we have information about the number of losses on each side. The Confederacy lost 36 soldiers, while us, the Union, took a devastating blow and lost 246 soldiers and an unknown number of 54th Massachusetts Regiment soldiers, all being volunteers. Each day, the Union is only losing more and more soldiers, not winning any more battles against the Confederacy. How long will it be till we're going to be able to have a victory, rather than a heartbreaking defeat, losing men and more men? As of right now, the odds of the Union getting their states back are looking very slim. All we can ask is, what will Lincoln and the White House do right now? This has been Ollie, signing off, giving all the reports about the ongoing war that drags on for over 2 years now without an end in sight.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah.